If someone in your life hides jabs behind jokes, today I'm going to show you how to spot it and to shut it down before it erodes trust and respect. You've heard it. It's the smirk, it's the relax, I'm just joking, or wow, can't you take a joke? That's not harmless humor. It's passive aggression, and it's a warning sign that you cannot afford to ignore. Here's the thing. Sarcasm, disguised as humor, is one of the most common forms of indirect hostility in relationships. And aggression theory research shows that it's often used to avoid direct accountability while still undermining you. It's sometimes tricky to spot because it hides behind plausible deniability. But if you miss it, it becomes a habit that chips away at your connection. So in this video, I'll discuss examples of passive aggression, how to recognize it, and how to respond without escalating any conflict. So you stay in control of the interaction and protect your own mental health. Hey, I'm Todd, and thanks for stopping by. I'm an author and a research psychologist who helps men lead in relationships, and I hope my content and this video earn your subscription. A lot of research on aggression theory teaches us that indirect hostility can be as damaging, sometimes even more damaging, than open conflict, precisely because it's more challenging to identify and it's easier to dismiss. And comments passed off as just joking are one of the most effective forms. It allows her to take a shot at you, to maybe test your reactions, and then to retreat into plausible deniability if you push back. In a 2018 study, researchers found that patterns of emotional withdrawal and indirect criticism, like those stinging little jokes, create unresolved tension and chip away at the stability of relationships. The damage is in the uncertainty that it plants. It leaves you wondering if it was in fact just a playful teasing, or if it was a real dig at something more serious. And the more you question your reaction, the more she gets away with framing disrespect as humor. Here's how passive-aggressive humor often plays out. She comments maybe on your choice of supermarket. Maybe it's your sister's career challenges, or your favorite brand of sneakers, always with a smirk and a light tone. You hesitate to confront because she laughs afterwards as if you're being overly sensitive. It'll sound something like, wow, way to go, big spender, when you opt for the $30 set of new dishes rather than the $200 set. Or maybe it'll be something like, oh, do you need your beauty sleep? When you prefer to skip a 9 o'clock double date at the cinema. And when you call it out, you hear the same line, relax, I was just joking. Now, one-off moments like these aren't necessarily problematic, but when these tasteless jokes become a habit, it's no longer funny. It's not humor. It's become a way to control and to put you and keep you in your place. It tells her that she can criticize you without accountability. Over time, what it does is it trains you to doubt your own instincts, and it erodes the standards that you've set for how you expect to be spoken to. In a more recent study in 2020, authors explained that these types of indirect aggression often stem from poor emotional regulation. In this case, the just joking is a way to express dissatisfaction without the discomfort of actually having direct communication. And because it's dressed up as humor, it can fly under the radar for sometimes years. And if you don't address it, it doesn't go away. It simply gets reinforced. So if it's not addressed, that harmless teasing becomes something that you excuse to your friends. You start telling yourself that it's just her weird personality. And eventually, you stop recognizing the difference between playful banter and disrespect. At that point, the problem is not just her sarcasm, it's your willingness to tolerate it. And that's why addressing it early is critical. Make it clear from the start that such sarcasm that undermines you and your lifestyle is not acceptable. Let her know that if she has something to say, she can express it directly without hiding behind a punchline. If you notice that it's happening and it's becoming frustrating, but you're still willing to work through the relationship, be specific with her. Tell her, listen, you've made critical comments about my life several times this week and brushed it off as humor. If we're going to continue, that needs to stop. So moving forward, if you have something to say to me, say it outright. If she continues and the tasteless humor keeps coming and the just joking defense stays in play, follow through by taking the next exit. Tell her, I've told you before that you've repeatedly used cheap humor to take shots at me and to avoid accountability. I no longer accept that as healthy communication, so I'm choosing to move on without you. That's how you shut down disguised disrespect before it becomes her default way to tear you down one joke at a time. And regardless of what she says, it's not about being thin-skinned. It's about making sure humor is actually funny and that it's shared, not weaponized. But let me know what you think. I'm interested in hearing your experience with sarcasm in relationships and when it's harmless fun and maybe when it's crossed the line. You can find more resources and my social contacts in the video description. I'll see you next time.